Okay, we're recording. We're
Yes.
good?
Yes.
Okay. Hey guys! I always sound like a maniac when I start off videos. I'm like, hey, how's it
You do
going?
too.
I have to not scream because I think my roommate in the room next to me is studying, so I'm trying to be respectful. Anyways, it's the energized. It's getting to me. Okay, so bear with us if you're watching this. Obviously, you're watching the recording if you're watching this later. But bear with us because this is our first time doing this Think Tank Thursday. So welcome to Think Tank Thursday. It might not run super smoothly because this is our first time doing this, but it's supposed to definitely just be like a casual conversation, throwing some information at y'all, so that you feel like you're getting something out of it and just kind of getting to know us as your coaches better. I think it's gonna be fun. I don't know, but so don't expect anything like super gracious or like anything. And also I wanted to preface, I'm gonna like throw some information at you guys from some studies that I found, but I want to preface and say that by no means am I a professional anything. Like, I'm a student. I'm not sitting here trying to tell you that I know, that I'm certified in anything. Like, I'm just sharing information that I've learned with you guys. So don't take this with a grain of salt. Like, I really always encourage people to do their own research, like look into things. I think as a society, we're just so used to just getting our information from the latest post that was shared on Facebook. But like, as students, I know Chloe probably has to do this too, but like, finding things for yourself and like actively looking for stuff is very helpful in all areas of your life. Anyways, that was a tangent. I'm sorry. So if you don't know who I am, because I know we're running this group with a bunch of new coaches this month, but I am Skyler. So if you aren't
Oh my gosh.
is that your fire alarm?
I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know what that is. That's never happened. Nicole! What is that? Oh my gosh.
Okay.
I don't know.
Fire alarms.
How do I turn it off?
I don't know if I should.
What is the building? No, I remember you. I guess I have to go. I don't know. I'm so sorry. You can keep talking, I guess. Okay. Bye. Here.
Okay. So Chloe had to go. I guess there was a little thing going on with her fire alarm. Anyways, I'm gonna keep talking. So if you don't know who I am Skyler. I'm one of the coaches helping to run this group. And I'm like so distracted now. I am 21 years old and I am a current undergrad student at UNC Chapel Hill. And I'm applying for the nursing school here this semester, which I think is super fun that Chloe and I are running this call together because she's not here to introduce herself, but she's a nursing student, and we have a bunch in common, so I think it's cool. But yeah, so I have a lot on my plate right now. I'm in 8 classes, and I work a job, and I coach, and I volunteer, and I have all this stuff going on, which kind of will go into like what we have to talk about tonight. We know that so many people in this group are also super, super busy, whether you're a mom or you're a college student or you work a full-time job or you have a significant other or maybe you're getting married. There's lots of stuff going on in this group, and all of these things make all of us so unique and individual, and I love it. But there are also a lot of times reasons why we, don't do things. This is because we're so busy. And the topic that we wanted to talk about tonight, and I don't know if she's coming back. I guess I'm just going to keep talking and share with you what I found. And then if she comes back / when she comes back, she can tell you more. This is totally not how we planned this to go, so I apologize. But the thing that we wanted to talk about tonight, since we're both full-time students, is looking at exercise through the lens of more than just we're working out to lose weight or to have a certain body shape. Because I feel like there's this stigma around exercise in the United States and everywhere really, that exercising has to be for an end goal. Exercising is to meet a certain scale or number on the scale. Exercising is to reach a certain pant size. Exercising is to get a certain definition somewhere on your body, whether it's you want abs or you want to have biceps or like a big butt or whatever. we think of exercise as a means, and we think of it as a means to an end. Oh gosh, I got the quote mixed up, but we think of exercise as a means to an end instead of just something that we have the God-given capability to do every single day that has so many ramifications on so many parts of our life. And all too often we think of it as just, oh, I have to work out because I want to lose weight, or oh, I have to work out because XYZ, I want to look like this by this date. And I definitely will admit that I do this, and I often think about working out as a way to look a certain way physically. But doing some research, we wanted to talk about how physical fitness affects your cognitive functioning, because we're both students. We both agreed. We were talking before we started recording, but when we are in all of these classes and we're working, I know Chloe has to work like night shifts sometimes, or she works really early in the morning, but working out for us is kind of a way to like de-stress. It's a way for us to cope with everything that's going on in our lives, and it's just a way for us to feel better. What if as a society we stopped focusing on how we look and started focusing on how we feel? Because isn't that what's most important? Like, you could look a certain way but also feel like crap on the inside every single day. Wouldn't you rather feel good every single day than look a certain part that you think in your mind that you're supposed to look like based off of our society nowadays? So I found some studies that I wanted to talk about. So physical fitness has been exercising, and when I'm talking about this, we're talking about aerobic exercise that's repeated. It's not just like, oh, I'm gonna work out one time and I'm gonna have this immediate cognitive or executive functioning improvement. These studies are done, the participants in these studies are people that are aerobically exercising, what's the word, regularly. That's the word, regular exercise. So this isn't like, oh, I'm gonna work out once a month and it's gonna improve my cognitive functioning. Not it. So first study is from Scientific American, and they followed 2,747 people, which is a pretty big sample size. And they were between the ages of 18 and 30, which I think is very important because most of us are between the ages of 18 and 30. I believe there might be some people that are not in that zone, so I apologize if you're not, but this still, I think, applies to you. So what they did was they, in 1985, they did some physical and cognitive tests, and then they did these same tests again in 2005 or 2010. And turns out that the people who were more physically fit and exercised more routinely were 10% better on the cognitive tests. And these cognitive tests tested things like executive functioning, memory, stuff like that. So this is some scientific literature that goes to show that it can improve cognitive functioning. Another thing I wanted to point out, which I am kind of throwing in here, it's not necessarily related to cognition, but I was looking on the CDC website because I wanted to see, okay, we know that you're supposed to exercise to make yourself feel better, but I wanted to know like what the stats were for the amount of people that were overweight in the United States. And according to the CDC, for adults ages 20 and up, 71.6 are overweight. So 71.6% of adults aged 20 and over, including are overweight, including obese. So I was thinking about that. Wow, that's almost 3/4 of adults ages 20 and up. And I mean, I would say I'm overweight right now, according to my BMI. I'm working really hard to exercise and eat right to feel better, not just to make the number go down, but that's a big, scary number, y'all. And, exercising and eating healthy is, I feel like there's a stigma around it. Like, if you're a woman and you want to get healthy, there's this huge movement, this love your body positivity movement, and I love it. I think it's so amazing that we as women are encouraging everyone to love their body no matter what you look like. I wish Chloe was here to have this conversation with me so it wasn't just like a lecture for me. But at the same time, when we do this, we also kind of make people feel bad for wanting to lose weight or wanting to get healthy, because we say, oh, well, you should love your body exactly the way it is right now, like you should love it. But if you're not healthy and you don't feel good, you don't have to love your body in the state it's in for how you feel. If you want to feel better and you want to do things to change your health besides just losing weight, then go for it. That's a kind of a tangent, but don't not try to get healthy because people are telling you that you should just love yourself where you are. And I think everyone, again, should, my chair is broken, I'm sorry. Everyone should love themselves exactly where they are, and they should appreciate their bodies, but they should also listen to how their bodies feel. And if you don't feel energetic and you feel sluggish and all that stuff, then look at how much physical activity you're getting and whether you're eating the right foods to fuel your body to live every day. Another article is from the Harvard Health Letter, and there are just some facts on here that I want to read out about your fitness and relating to cognitive functioning, because at the end of the day, we all need these cognitive functionings to function in our society. We need speed of processing. We need executive functioning. We need memory. We need cognitive thinking skills. We need all of these to be members of our society. And so if physical fitness and regularly exercising could help with that, why would we not want to do that, right? So in a study done in the University of British Columbia, again, this was reported by Harvard, so top notch right here. Researchers found that the regular aerobic exercise, the kind that gets your heart and your sweat glands pumping, appears to boost the size of the hippocampus, which is a part of your brain, the brain area involved in verbal memory and learning. Learning, did you hear that? Learning. So aerobic exercise that gets your blood pumping improves your hippocampus, which is involved with memory and learning. I don't know about you guys, but I'm a student right now and I'm learning a crap ton of stuff. So it appears that exercise would be good for me, right? I'm gonna keep reading. Researchers say one case of dementia is detected every 4 seconds globally. So by the year 2050, more than 115 million people will have dementia worldwide. Not saying that exercise will prevent dementia, but they're saying that there might be a correlation. Another thing that exercise does is that it increases your ability to reduce insulin, or the benefits of exercise come directly from its ability to reduce insulin resistance, reduce inflammation, stimulate the release of growth factors, which are chemicals in your brain that affect the health of your brain cells, the growth of new blood vessels in your brain, and even the abundance and survival of new brain cells. Hello, we need brain cells to function and to learn and to, I want to be a nurse. So my brain cells are going to need to be functioning if I want to be a nurse, because I'm going to have literal lives in my hands, right? Exercise also can improve your mood and your sleep and reduce stress and anxiety. And for me, that I've been working really hard lately to move from this idea of working out to look a certain way to working out, because I know that with 20 hours of classes and with volunteering and everything I have going on, I won't make it through a whole week without exercising. I just won't, because my body like literally starts to shut down when I stop exercising. And I can't tell you enough, my first 2 years of college, I sat in my bed. Besides when I was in class, I would sit in my bed. I would get food delivered to my dorm. I was too lazy to even walk across the street to the dining hall. And if I did, I got something unhealthy. And this combination of lacking nutrition to fuel my brain and my body, and literally not exercising at all. I mean, I was depressed. I was anxious. I wanted to go home so bad. I hated college. I didn't want to do anything social. And I'm just speaking from experience that like moving your body and exercising has so much more to do with our lives than we think it does. And I wish Chloe was here to chime in, because I don't want it to just be like me pretending to be a know-it-all. And also, I don't think I can stop the recording, so we're gonna have to wait till Chloe comes back. I hope everything's okay. I also hope there was not a real fire, because that would mean that we would see it on the camera eventually. I guess I'm gonna stop right here and ask you how you're doing today, because how often do we sit and just think and reflect on how our day is going and how we're feeling? How are you feeling right now? How do you feel? How do you feel? Are you feeling happy? Are you feeling overwhelmed? Are you feeling stressed out? Are you feeling excited for something? Are you feeling anxious about something? Are you feeling sad about something? Are you feeling lonely? Or let's see, there's lots of feelings. Are you feeling frustrated? Are you feeling angry? Are you feeling, what are you feeling? It's so important for us to listen to our bodies and to let that fuel our health journeys, instead of listening to what society says. Oh, well, you know, these girls on Instagram or this supermodel or this influencer looks like this, and so I need to look like that to be loved and appreciated, right? Instead, we should say, how do I feel? And what can I do to make myself feel better if I don't feel the best? We talked about exercising can improve things like your mood and your sleep and reduce stress and anxiety, y'all. My freshman year, well, in high school, I was diagnosed with anxiety and I was put on medicine for it. And when I got to college, I was still taking the medicine, and then eventually I switched doctors and I didn't get re-prescribed the medicine. Instead, I just I wonder what would happen if I just start exercising and eating right, what it will do for my anxiety. And I have not taken a pill, a buspirone, in, gosh, 2 years maybe more than that. And I'm not gonna say I never get anxious, because I think all of us at times get anxious because we're humans. But I mean, exercise is powerful, y'all. Exercise can do a lot. Here it says that parts of the brain that control thinking and memory, so the prefrontal cortex and the temporal cortex, have greater volume in people who exercise versus people who don't. That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. Engaging in a program of regular exercise of moderate intensity over 6 months or a year is associated with an increase in the volume of selected brain regions. We are growing our brains. Screw growing our muscles, we're growing our brains. That's pretty cool. And this is said by Dr. Scott McGinnis, who is an instructor in neurology at Harvard Medical School. So if you don't want to hear it from me, hear it from Dr. McGinnis from Harvard. I think I had one more article. Chloe, I know, had some articles that she was going to talk about. And also, we're not trying to sit here and lecture you, but I think knowledge is power, like I was saying earlier. And if we start thinking more and actively trying to learn more, instead of just learning through things like social media or Facebook or Instagram or what our friends are telling us, and we start taking accountability for being knowledgeable about things, knowledge is power, y'all. That's all I got to say. Let's see. Yeah, so here's another study done. A study called Aerobic Exercise Improves Cognition Even in Young Adults. I'm a young adult. So this showed aerobic exercise training was associated with significantly increased cortical thickness, which cortical cortex of your brain, in the left caudal middle frontal cortex. So basically just know that exercise training is associated with increasing the thickness of your cortex in your brain. What? That's so cool. I wish Chloe was here to add some insight. I'm gonna take a sip of my liquid gold. Let me see if she's messaged me. I guess I'll add that I really don't want to come across as that like I'm trying to lecture or try to be like I have all of this knowledge, this is all end all be all. But I guess I'm hoping that I'm encouraging and influencing you guys to start looking into your own research or knowledge and thinking about everything that I've said tonight. So, are you exercising? Are you getting up in the morning and being like, I have to exercise because I want to fit into this dress? Or am I getting up and exercising because, I want to have abs by the summer? Or which if these are your goals, then that is awesome. At the end of the day, if you're getting up and exercising, doesn't really matter what the reason is behind you getting up and exercising. The mere fact that you're getting up and exercising is of itself awesome. So like whatever motivates you, keep doing that, but also think about how like listen to your body and really like take time to like feel how your body's feeling. And like after a week of exercising, oh no, there was a real fire. That is not good. I really hope that all of this does not go to waste, because that would make me very sad, because that means I would have been talking to myself for the last half an hour for no reason. Yeah. There was a real fire, y'all. This is not good. The firefighters are here, so hopefully they will get it out soon. Okay, I wonder if there's a way. It's okay, we're gonna try something. So I'm gonna leave the meeting, and I don't know if that will end the recording on her end. Not sure, but we can crop it if it doesn't end the meeting. I think she can still save it and then we can crop it. I really hope everyone is okay.